have a very beautiful, vibrant, and enthusiastic blockchain evangelist with many professional credits, none other than Richa Joshi. Richa is a co founder of the Ethereum push notification services, the world's first decentralized notification protocol that enables users to receive and send notifications from any DApp in an agnostic fashion. It's a great honor to have the versatile thought leader, Richa Joshi, with us today at the 2-day free blockchain bootcamp for women. So before we start, a little housekeeping rules for the audience. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them in the chat box. We'll be taking up the questions at the end of the session. So with no further ado, over to you, Richa. Thank you. Thank you for joining us live today on the International Women's Day.
Thanks, Anju, for inviting me, and thanks, KBA, for inviting me. First off, very happy Women's Day to all of you, all the participants here, and thanks for the invite. So let's probably just get started. I probably want to give a quick intro about myself. I'm Richa. I'm the co-founder at Ethereum Push Notification Service. A quick background on what I do at Ethereum Push Notification Service, or EPNS. I basically dabble into a lot of things, including the strategy and growth of the product, marketing, and a lot of different aspects, as in the case is for most startups. So you wear multiple hats over there. So that's my primary focus at Ethereum Push Notification Service. So my goal for this session today is basically, I want to touch upon the different milestones and the different journeys that I've taken, and where we are right now with EPNS. And hopefully, there is some value and some takeaways for folks over here. And, probably I am able to inspire a few of you to follow your goals and follow your dreams, and and hopefully have a great journey ahead. So quickly, before I deep dive into my journey, I want to share and to have better context on what we are doing. Want to share what we do at Ethereum Push Notification Service. So basically, Ethereum Push Notification Service is dealing with a pain point in the blockchain, which is notifications or a communication that does not exist in Web3 right now. So if you look at any of the services in Web2 or traditional applications, so whether it was this meeting that was a notification on your mobile phone, whether it is any kind of payment that you do, or any kind of order, Amazon delivery, everything is driven by notifications. So you see that notifications play a very important role in our day-to-day internet and electronic life. And that is an experience that a user really likes, but it's so ingrained in our day-to-day life that we don't kind of notice it. And this was the main pain point when we started working on our project on Ethereum Push Notification Service. We noticed that this was missing. For a few examples with respect to Web3 that I want to give is, if you are familiar with decentralized finance or DeFi, in Aave, whenever a loan liquidates, there is no notification available at the moment. Whenever there's a governance proposal which is passed, there is no way that the service is able to inform the users that a proposal has been put up for voting. Even if you are somebody who's into trading and you place a DEX order, there's no way for a service to tell a user whether the order that they've placed has been completed or not. So that are some of the pain points that we saw on the blockchain, and that is what we have been solving. Coming to the solution, so like I mentioned, the solution is us. And what are we building? We are basically building a decentralized communication protocol that can send notifications to users. Now, with users, I mean in the blockchain space, the user are nothing but wallet addresses. And our protocol enables any smart contract or application, which is basically known as dApps or decentralized applications, to send notifications to these wallet addresses. So it's basically a notification protocol. Along with creating the protocol itself, we also innovated into more aspects. One being that the protocol is incentivized. That means that as a user, that you not only receive notifications from the service on blockchain, but you also earn a passive income from those notifications. Now, I'll not go a lot into how that happens, but just want to touch upon that, we use decentralized finance or DeFi to make the notifications incentivized. That happens through a process of staking, lending, and interest generation. And the interest which gets generated is distributed to all the users who opt in for those notifications. Finally, the second innovation that we did is that notification delivery is not limited to only a certain platform. That is, you can receive notifications on multiple platforms, like your mobile phones or your tablets, your web browser, Chrome browsers, as well as wallets. So, our end vision or the end goal for us is that the notifications are delivered to your favorite wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, and so on. Over here, I just want to quickly, play a cool video that we created. I should have actually played it long before, but I completely skipped it. But I'll just play it now, just to show what our project is doing right now. So here it goes. Okay, cool. So I hope you liked the video. I should have played it before, but yeah, completely skipped my mind. So that is what EPNS is, notifications and notification protocol for the blockchain. Some of the use cases I'd already touched upon in the earlier slides, but I can also talk about it now, is that notifications are very useful in decentralized finance, since we know that, DeFi is the next big thing. So multiple financial notifications would be very useful on the blockchain, along with NFTs, which are again trending right now in this space at the moment. So any kind of gaming alerts, any new NFT that comes into the decentralized open market space, gaming's lottery, and so on and so forth. Other than that, even services like domain services like ENS, if there's a domain expiration or any kind of crypto movement that happens in your wallet, all of those can be notified using EPNS. Cool. So this is the part that I'm really excited about, and I wanted to talk. Now that I've covered what we are doing at EPNS, is our journey, and like I mentioned, the hope and the goal is that I can probably share my story, how I started my professional career and how I got into blockchain, and the different milestones and journeys that one takes to sort of reach an end goal. And hopefully there is some value that you see from that. So I started my career, about 12 years back. I graduated as a computer science engineer and joined a multinational called Wipro. Some of you might have heard about it. So I joined there as a fresher and started working on a project. At that time, I didn't find what I was working on as very exciting. But like as most freshers, you don't have a lot of choice. You start working on projects that are assigned to you. But on the side, I also realized I wanted to work on, I wanted to code and I wanted to develop product, and I was interested in a technology called Oracle Hyperion back then. And I started learning that on my own, and read a lot of administrative guides and so on, just to hone my skills. And as luck would have it, I was able to get a job within Wipro, and I changed my job in the same company. The goal and basically the main takeaway over there is that you may not sort of land up at your perfect dream job right at the start, or when you get started in your career, but the ability to keep learning and polishing your skills is very important to sort of take yourself to the next level, and to ensure that you keep honing your skills, and just to make the most out of the situation and the opportunities that you have then. So yeah, that was the journey at Wipro. After Wipro, I wanted to sort of get more exposure to the best teams in the world in a world class organization. And I was interviewed and I joined Deloitte. And a funny story over there is that when I joined Deloitte, the person who interviewed me also messaged me yesterday, sort of cheering and congratulating me about today's session. So it's funny how things and sort of life comes a full circle. And there are a lot of people that you will have in your journey that will always be there to support you, to cheer you. And yeah, it's an amazing feeling. At Deloitte, I was constantly learning. There was a lot of growth, and after spending about 5.5 years there, I realized that it was time to sort of pick up something new. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I was pretty clear that I didn't want to do what I was doing. It wasn't that the place wasn't challenging enough, but I wanted to challenge myself more and push myself more. And that's when I planned to quit Deloitte, and without any plan, to be quite honest. And I that's when I left Deloitte. After Deloitte, I was still trying to explore what I wanted to do. And just a funny story there is that I thought that probably I am really good at cooking. I was just trying to do a lot of experimentation in the kitchen. And I took up an internship at one of the very posh restaurants in Mumbai. And it was pretty disastrous, to say the least. I was standing there for 12 hours in the kitchen chopping vegetables and so on. And everybody around me who were other new interns, they were enjoying themselves. And that at that point of time, I realized that whatever you're doing sort of in your life, or whatever passion you have at the job, you need to sort of love what you're doing in order to keep going. So that internship didn't really last very long for me. I left that because I realized that probably I'm a foodie and not really an expert chef or a cook to keep going at it. Shortly after, I started my own website. I started blogging and SEO, which I liked. And around the same point of time, there was a blockchain fintech startup based out of New York, who were interviewing people for product manager roles as well as a marketeer role. And I got selected there. I joined and I learned quite a bit. And that was my introduction to blockchain and the fintech space in general. And after learning a lot of stuff for about 1.5 year, I and my founder Harsh, we started ideating on what we can do, or what problem can we solve in the blockchain space, and start a decentralized entrepreneur journey. And that's the portion that I want to go deeper into from these slides. Because I think, like I mentioned previously, there are a lot of experiences that you will have along your journey, along your career, that will help you sort of shape up the bigger story. So these are the different milestones that we encountered while building EPNS. And very grateful to a lot of people along the journey who have helped, supported, guided, including KBA. I know a lot of people over here, Adarsh and the team, who have been like one of the very few first people who gave us the platform to present our story, to share what we are building. So yep, super excited about this. So around 2019, end of 2019, we started ideating on the different pain points on blockchain, and what was the missing piece, and what was the one problem or part of the puzzle that we could solve, uh, that that would be valuable. And that's when we realized that using different applications, a user always had to go back to an application to see whether or not action or a particular update is completed or not. So that was a missing piece, and that was a communication link which we found was missing. And that was the genesis of Ethereum push notification service. We took that idea to Ethereum Foundation, who were very supportive. They wrote back to us in a very extensive email, telling about different links and different tools that we can use to get started and work on the project. So very grateful to Ethereum Foundation to sort of help us and mentor us along the journey. Uh, After Ethereum Foundation, they encouraged us to go to Ed Global Hack Money. It's basically a hackathon for hackers from around the world who bring an idea, and they sort of start building a POC. And it was a 30-day hackathon wherein we met a lot of uh, peer projects, a lot of industry projects, like folks from Aave, ENS, Compound, and so on. That's when we also met Stani, who, if for those of you who may not know, Stani is the founder of Aave protocol. And he validated the idea by telling us, if you guys build a service like this, he would personally use it. So when Stani says something, you really take it seriously, you want to build it out. So in the 30 days, we kind of worked pretty much day in and day out to build the protocol prototype. And we also created the incentive mechanism wherein making the notifications incentivized. And at the end of the 30 days, we had a working prototype ready. After Ed Global, yeah, we really wanted to also sort of polish the product and make sure that we incorporate a lot of user feedback into it. So we then got selected for IDEO, which is IDEO Collab. For those of you who may not heard of it, so IDEO Collab is a research design thinking firm. They have helped products like Apple design their product, and it's one of the industry leaders in the field. So the IDEO team, they selected top 30 teams out of 120, and we were one of them. Yeah, super grateful for that. And that's where we learned how to sort of incorporate a lot of user feedback and synthesize the feedback that you've received and add it and apply it to your product. At the end of IDEO, we were we launched our alpha product, and that was sort of the kickstarting point for EPNS. After IDEO, we got selected at Gitcoin kernel. Now, by this time, we had already created a product and we didn't want to enter in another hackathon. But what we wanted to do is with EPNS is sort of shape it in a way that, it's not just from a product and development perspective that we have rounded the project, but we also wanted to learn how to market it, how to talk to investors. There's so many aspects, how to build a community that we wanted to learn. And Gitcoin was a perfect platform for that. We were talking to a lot of people in Gitcoin who were there as mentors and guides, who kind of sat down, who knew a lot of our weaknesses, helped course correct those weaknesses. And initially, like, a funny story is that before Gitcoin, we used to give like 1.5 hour long pitches for investors, and a lot of people sat with us. They helped shape our pitch deck. They told us that a pitch cannot be like 1 hour long, we have to shorten it up. So a lot of rehearsals and a lot of mock dry runs on presentations and so on. So, like, really grateful for so many people who chimed in, who spent their own time telling us about what is right and what is wrong. Also, a lot of people like Simona and Gitcoin, who helped us learn about sort of presenting your project, how to make sure that you market it in the right way. You tell the story about what you are building, and spread awareness among the community, so to make sure that people know about what you are building and the right information is sort of shared around. So Gitcoin kernel was great. We were one of the top 20 projects that was selected in a fireside by Vitalik, who's the founder of Ethereum. And also around the same time, we were selected for Gitcoin grants, round 7. Now, Gitcoin grants is basically an open source, community driven grant program wherein you sort of list your project, and the community in general, they will, if they like the project, they will donate to your project, and it's completely open source. So we were by this time, like 7 or 8 months down, we were completely bootstrapped. We were we were just working on the project. And at Gitcoin grants round 7, we were one of the top 3 projects that were listed. And Gitcoin grants is across the globe, so we were top 3 in terms of the number of contributors and the amount of funds that we had raised. So it was great feeling, because it was not just about the grant and the monetary incentive that you get out of a grant, but it is also very important because it tells you that people, just in general, in the open source blockchain community, they are very supportive of a good idea that you're building. And if they like the idea, they will support it, whether it's monetary or just by cheering for you. So Gitcoin Grant 7 help validate the fact that what we were building and the direction that we were going in was right. And the community in general, in the Ethereum community, is really awesome. So if you're building something great, they will make sure that they give you great feedback, and they also help you in so many different ways. So like super grateful for them over there. uh, we Around the same time, we also started talking to a lot of investors, and we talked to a lot of Web3 leaders, including Mariano Conti, who's the who was the head of smart contracts at Maker and DAO. He was also one of the judges when we participated in Ed Global. So the funny story is that after a couple of months, we met him when we were fundraising for our project, and he sent us a note and a video, that this is what the question and answer round was. And like we were so touched by the gesture, because he's sort of so legendary in this space, as he's known for his skills. And the just the human touch in interaction was amazing. And our seed round was a great success. We raised $750,000 in December last year at a valuation of $5 million, and very grateful for support from a lot of Web3 leaders and funds, including Balaji Srinivasan, Ken from Ethereum Foundation, Mariano, Scott Moore from Gitcoin, Preeti Kasiredi, Anthony Sassano, DeFi Dad, Luca, and so many people that are there on the screen, also on our website. You can check them out. Also got backed by a lot of funds: the Lao, Meta Cartel, Fourth Revolution, Moonwale, and so many other folks. So this has been a really amazing journey, and so many milestones and so many experiences that we have had along the way. And I think it all accumulates to the fact that if you're trying to learn something, if you're trying to build something, and you have an idea, just keep going at it. Just make sure that you talk to people. There are so many people in this industry who are very experienced and will be more than happy to share their knowledge, their wisdom with you, and guide you to go in the right direction. I think for us, that's what has happened. Talking to different people, learning from their experiences, and and different experiences, right, has it made sure that we move in a direction that that seems right. And finally, along the way, we've had a lot of different experiences in terms of speaking at different hackathons, and being part of different events. And 2021 is a very important, and I think a very special year for us. We are just getting started, but we already have big plans for this year. And you will hear about it. I cannot share a lot of details around what is coming up, but you will hear about it from our social network. And for me, just maybe the last parting thoughts here are, uh, along this complete journey and different milestone that we experience, make sure that whenever you have any questions, reach out to people in your network. There could be a guide or a mentor or a friend, or even industry leaders. Everybody is very approachable. Blockchain is supposed to be decentralized, open source. So just apply those theories in your professional career as well, and just take that leap, and ask for questions, ask for help, and things will fall in place. And this is like a great amazing day, like International Women's Day. So just want to say that I'm pretty accessible through different social network, through my Twitter, and Telegram as well. So if any of you need any guidance, any help, feel free to reach out to me. Just DM me, and I'll try to help in the best way I can. Finally, this has been most of the important milestones that we have achieved. And yep, just thank you so much and for hearing. I hope some of the things that I shared inspired you, and there was some learning out of it. And like I mentioned, just feel free to reach us at EPNS Project on Twitter and Telegram, or you can also visit us at EPNS.io. And yep, that's pretty much it from my side.
Richa, we have a question from Aluru. Which was the platform in which you have attended the hackathon?
Yeah, sure. So we entered at Global Hack Money. So I can just also type it out in the chat. And it's we yeah, Hack Money 2020. So this is basically a hackathon for all kind of builders, researchers, educators to come. You don't really also need to have a team there. When you enter, you can come with an idea and actually form a team. So it's a great platform for people who are entering, who are enthusiastic about learning, building on Ethereum. Come with an idea, create a team, and usually they have a 30-day or sometimes a 1-week challenge wherein you can just shape up your project. And the best thing about it is the team that actually organizes it, like really awesome people who will guide you. And there are teams from the best teams from the industry there, from Aave, Compound, ENS, who will help give you more and more ideas and sort of polish the ideas that you already have. And it's a great place to get started. So it's at Global Hack Money. And if you have any questions or you want any other details, you can also reach out to me. I'm happy to sort of provide more information. Yeah, I think Harsh has also typed out that there's an NFT hackathon that's happening from 19 March onwards. So NFT is all the rage right now. If any of you are interested, definitely check it out.